From 1850 to 1910, the United States experienced a shift toward urbanization and industrialization. As air, streets, buildings, and neighborhoods in cities became increasingly dirty and depressed, Frederick Law Olmsted and Daniel Burnham provided a plan for beautifying life within the confines of the city. Out of this plan sprung the City Beautiful movement, and many cities across the U.S. quickly formulated new city plans based on it. The design and layout of these City Beautiful projects gives some of our modern cities their most distinctive characteristics today, such as Washington, D.C., Chicago, Cleveland, and San Francisco. The effect of the movement was ultimately national, changing the very way we think about city life today. As we near the end of an extended period of modern suburbanization, it appears that the time may have once again come for us to rethink city life. But this time, changes must go beyond simply the aesthetic. American lifestyle itself must change. To get a quick understanding of the City Beautiful movement, we must briefly examine the context and challenges that faced cities during the late 1800s, the action that Law Olmsted and Burnham suggested, and the results of the movement. Nearing the end of the 19th century, the United States was beginning to shift towards industrialism and the Gilded Age. The rapid diffusion of technology created many jobs in the primary and secondary sectors such as manufacturing, mining, and railroading. Labor unions began sprouting up as a result of poor working and living conditions for the workers, and this often led to strikes. Urbanization increased rapidly during this period, and by 1910 nearly 46% of people lived in cities of over 2,500 population. From 1860 to 1910, the number of cities with over 100,000 residents rose from 8 to 50. Urbanization came at a time when the population was spiking due to improved technology and medicine. From 1860 to 1910, the U.S. population overall tripled. Poverty, disease, crime, corruption, unrest, overcrowding, and overall urban ugliness became rampant, especially in poorer areas. In 1893, Daniel Burnham initiated the City Beautiful movement at the Chicago World's Columbian Exposition, also known as the World Fair. At the fair, Burnham unveiled the White City, designed by Frederick Law Olmsted, with wide, elegant avenues, carefully planned landscape designs, and opulent, usually Beaux Arts style buildings, which were usually painted white and styled after the buildings commonly found in Paris. To Law Olmsted, the answer to the ills of city living was found in urban design and planning based on natural beauty. The movement made three key predictions. First, that social ills would be swept away as the beauty of the city would inspire civic loyalty and moral rectitude in the impoverished. Two, that American cities would be brought to cultural parity with their European counterparts through the use of the European Beaux Arts idiom. And three, a more inviting city center still would not bring the upper classes back to live, but certainly to work and spend money in the urban areas. Under the leadership of Burnham, the City Beautiful movement quickly found support with progressives, reformists, and utopians. In 1901, Washington, D.C. was the first to adopt the City Beautiful movement on a large scale through the Macmillan Plan of 1901 to 1902. Cleveland followed in 1903, Manila in 1904, San Francisco in 1905, and Chicago in 1909. Other cities adopted City Beautiful projects later on, including Detroit, Kansas City, Harrisburg, Seattle, Denver, Oklahoma City, and Dallas. According to Adam Souter, the City Beautiful movement in turn led to the City Practical movement, embodied in the works of Bertram Goodhue, John Nolan, and Edward H. Bennett. These early 20th century ideals created the framework for today's urban planning and design theories. The City Beautiful movement came at a time of transition in the United States. It recognized some tough issues facing cities at the time, and it provided a formula for their solution. One of the main shortcomings of green design and planning today is the lack of standardization and form. Perhaps it's time we once again assessed and addressed the issues facing modern cities, and perhaps it's time we created a formula and standard in green design and planning that others can easily adapt. It only took 2 men to kickstart the City Beautiful movement in 1893. Why should it take an army of people to do it again today?